The last question, just to wrap up on, is you spent a lot of time talking about the importance of caring and how much that weights in a message. So the specific question is, when you're in an organization and the legal counsel is insisting that you can't say, I'm sorry, how can you demonstrate caring and empathy without looking like you're skirting the simple words of, I'm sorry?
Well, uh, one of the most powerful of all templates that Mayor Giuliani used during 9/11 was compassion, conviction, optimism. And he started off the response to many questions, which, in fact, the one that I shared this morning, how many people have died, the number of casualties is more than any of us can bear. A very powerful, but nonetheless, it was something that I would recommend that you do share with the legal. Why? Because in a world where there's a lot of liability, a lot of litigation, that any statement of caring could be interpreted as a statement of responsibility and liability. So there are alternatives. First is to say, I care about this because. If you can't say you care about it, you can still say it's a high priority issue, or I share the concern. You can also put yourself in the shoes of the other. For example, saying, I know many people are concerned about this issue. I know there's a lot of frustration there, a lot of fear. So you can try to express caring by simply expressing the emotions that others are feeling. And all of these have been tested with lawyers before. If you say this is a high priority issue for us, if you say that I know many are concerned about this issue, if you say something personal about why you're concerned about it, even tell a story related to something that happened to you or happened in your family, all of these are actually passable by a lawyer. What they might get concerned about, anything that looks like you're accepting responsibility or blame. That's a very powerful message. There have been corporations that have done that before. Probably the most interesting was Maple Leaf Products a few years ago. They had a major outbreak of a food-based illnesses, and they took full responsibility. And they said, why? Because that's what our customers expect. Keep in mind in the military, if you're asked the question, are you responsible and accountable for what happened? If you're a captain of a ship and someone in the kitchen gets burnt, and you're asked by your superior, are you accountable for that cook who got burnt in the kitchen, and you're the captain of the ship, you're required to say, I'm accountable and responsible. I would argue lawyers would probably feel more better if you said, I'm responsible, but accountability will be determined by the investigation. But nonetheless, this issue is a complex one, but there are ways to express care and empathy without putting yourself in jeopardy with the lawyers.
Great response, and thank you so much for your time.